lovelies, welcome back to another episode of Shandy Love Speaks. I know it's been a while since I've been on camera talking like this in this setting. My recent videos been mostly lives, and I just been going with the flow. Lately, I've been going with the flow. I would be lying if I said the transits have not been transiting. We could go into these things further down the line, as far as astrology wise, but I am doing well. I am feeling replenished, refreshed. I feel like I'm more clear on the path I'm taking, the route I'm taking, and today the route I'm taking, and today I just want to talk about why separation may be required in your spirit soul journey, and just the things that come with that, the not so good things and the great things. And I'll give you guys information on the things that I've experienced personally through my experience. This is not my first rodeo. I feel like I've had multiple spiritual awakenings, but this one has been the most intense. I'm so sorry if the smoke is distracting. So sorry, but I like burning incense when I'm speaking to you guys. But yeah, I have been on this soul journey for a while, and this has been one of my greatest spiritual awakening. I call it greatest because it has been so eye-opening, so deeply felt, so revealing. So I feel like I've been stripped naked, literally sometimes, and figuratively, to the point where I had to face myself and see certain things that I wasn't too fond of, and certain truths that I had to come into terms with, certain truths that I had to face. And I just like, you know what? I don't want to repeat these things over and over again. I'm not really big on loops, and I feel like I've been living in a loop for these past few years. And I'm just like, okay, enough is enough. It's my Saturn return. If you go into your Saturn return right now, we're almost done with it. Yeah, I'm 29, so I'm just like, you know what? Next year I'm 30. Not to say I'm giving myself certain like goals to reach by 30, but it's just like, all right, enough is enough. You got to grow up. You got to face your fears, face these challenges, and put them in the back burner because you got things to do. So this is how I'm talking to myself, basically. And this journey, especially this year, has been the most isolating, and it's not in a bad way. Like, I feel like for the most part, isolated by choice. Like, I wasn't feeling too down, but just certain parts of my journey that I felt like it was just me. Like, I needed it to be just me. I didn't want my energy to be influenced by anybody else's journey or energy. I didn't want my energy to, like, I feel like I spent majority of my life glimpsing at other people's journeys and not comparing, but connecting the dots to see if it aligned with mine. And I feel like that route did not work out well for me. It led to a lot of codependency, a lot of external validation, seeking out outside myself, seeking for everybody else's truth and not necessarily mine. And I said, you know what? I'm going to intentionally sit my ass down somewhere and just face myself, face my shadow. I learned that my shadow, she's a bad bitch, and she's really shadowy, and I love her. So I'm integrating the darkness with the light. I fucked with my shadow side. My shadow side is the reason why I got here. So there's no way that I would sit here and be like, oh, I had to let that side go. No, it's more of like integrating and balancing and knowing what parts of me am I works with where I'm going with my higher self. What parts of me needs to be a little bit tamed and a little bit balanced, and just being in that. And a part of me realizing what parts of me would be beneficial to where I'm going, I had to embody that. I had to be a bitch. I had to be in the dark. I had to carry these negative emotions, these shadowy feelings. I don't even know if that's a word. That's not a word, right? I know. But I had to carry these feelings in order for it to project into this reality, into this video game, and see that, oh, this is probably what they meant when they said, because most times people will say stuff to me and I'm like, fuck you talking about, because I'm not like seeing it, I'm not there. And it took me experiencing me to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to work on that. And still, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with dissecting yourself, feeling like you need, there's certain things you want to change. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's one. um a part of the journey, yes, going back to separation. Okay, so we have certain aspects of the spiritual journey where, yes, isolation is key, and not a lot of people would agree with it. I would admit that there's a part where you may take the isolation too far. I feel like doing anything too much isn't necessarily good. Eating, smoking, doing all these stuff too much isn't, like, doing anything too much is not good. So there is a way that you could isolate yourself to the point where you completely close yourself off, and that's not the kind of isolation I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the kind of isolation where you intentionally say, okay, I need a moment to myself. And you may let your loved ones know, you may let your friends know. You don't even have to if you don't want to, but you just do what you gotta do, and then you take away yourself and you experience you in your own unique way. And here's why it's so beneficial, at least to me. I spent majority of my life seeking external validation, so it's kind of like, not only seeking external validation, but like listening to what people were telling me, what they thought I should do. And it was just like, we came here to experience our unique journey, and how else would you experience it if you don't go within and see what it is that you like, what it is that your choices, like everybody else's advices or whatever they're gonna give to you, that's cute or whatever. I have my notes out in case I feel like I'm missing anything, so I did write some stuff I want to share. But yeah, like anybody else's advice or whatever, that's cool, but it all bottles down to like, what do you want? This is your life. And if you're used to being codependent, used to seeking external validation, isolating yourself, separating yourself from the crowd, separating yourself from your loved ones for a little bit is necessary. So that way you could show yourself, hey, I could make my own choices. I could lead my own way. I have the courage. I have what it takes to know what's right or wrong without needing your opinion, without needing your yes or no, So it's that, and it's also, we have parts of ourselves, past versions, if you will, that may not have been very nice, we may have played a villain in many people's stories. Many of us have, right? You don't want to be around people who are stuck on these past versions of you, especially when you are doing everything that you could do to release that version. All's gonna keep happening is conflict, because that person is still projecting and seeing the side of you that you have completely let go of. And you need to, if you're gonna be around anybody, you need to be around people that see you as who you are right now. They may have known you before, but it doesn't mean that they hold that against you. They see and experiencing the person that you are right now. And that's the thing. Like, I don't need to be reminded about what I did in the past and what I don't need that. If I'm in a vulnerable space right now where I'm getting to know a new version of myself, I need to be supported. I need to be loved. I don't need to be challenged or tested because of your ego, because your ego is still attached to whatever happened. It's kind of like if I let it go and you haven't, you're gonna have to heal that, and then to get back and figure this thing out. But yeah, that part of separating yourself for that reason is highly recommended. Highly recommended. I'm gonna see if I missed anything. Not believing in yourself. But yeah, I vote a no about not. You can't heal in the same place that hurt you. You can't. I've tried. I tried and didn't turn out so well. You need to be surrounded by people or environments that matches your frequency. So imagine going back, keep going back, knowing that you're ascending on a certain path. It's it's not gonna be conducive for your growth, nor is it gonna be healthy for the relationships that you have around you. So yeah, if you're in a space where you are isolated, whether it's by choice or not by choice, consider this moment an opportunity for you to get to know who you are through the eyes of you. I'm gonna say it again. Consider this an opportunity to get to know you through the eyes of you. Why? Because you will gain a confidence that you may have never even knew was inside it. Let me tell you, my confidence skyrocketed because I got to be me without needing anybody to back me up, without needing anybody to say, yeah, Shani, that's the right one, go and do it. I was able to make my choices and see the results, and the results were soothing to me, and that in return made me want to make more of my own choices some more. And the more I saw that these results were just really good for me, I was like, oh shit, you always want and need support, right? But you don't need people or need anything outside of yourself. It's really all within. It's really all within. I swear, now I understand what they mean when they say what they say. I get it. I think I hit that one in the note too. Sometimes the part of your journey requires going through stages to meet your own light in order to make people comfortable. But yeah, like, oh yeah, if you're used to dimming your own light, in order to make people comfortable, in order to like, separation is very necessary. So you could first of all see why you do that, and then work on just being in your own energy for a little bit and just enjoying that, loving that. So whenever you get back out there again and you surround yourself with people, it's like just chilling. Like, yeah, you're cool. You don't gotta boast. You don't gotta talk too much. You don't gotta do too much. The energy speaks for itself. Like, So it's guys, don't feel bad for wanting to isolate yourself. And if you feel horrible because you have been isolated by force, just say to yourself that, this is only something to help accelerate my growth. I'm going to be even better when I'm building myself up to meet my authentic people, since I am becoming more authentic and I'm able to sit. When you're able to sit with yourself, powerful, the most powerful human being. Nothing and no one could get in the way of what you got going on, because you already got you. You already found peace by yourself in your solitude. That's like the most powerful place to be in. The most powerful place to be in is not needing external validation, not needing nobody to tell you what to do and how to do it, not needing their opinions to matter. That shit is powerful. And I guess the last thing I want to touch on, I think I touched on everything. I wrote right here, I want to experience a new version of myself, and I can't do it Oh, no, not that one. When you go majority of your life without knowing who you are, whew, it takes a while to get used to who you are. I had to take a pause on that because that's really hit home for me. And I spent majority of my life trying to seek an identity through the eyes of others, through the eyes of their approval. Like, I could honestly say I didn't know who I was. I could honestly say I was scared of becoming who I am to this day. Like the person I am right now, I was afraid of my own power. So yeah, I did dim my light. Yeah, I did lock myself in like a cage or something, like limit myself on purpose because I was terrified, fearful. What would happen if I was to speak my mind, if I was to wear what I want to wear and act how I want to act and just let it all out, like just be me. Like it was a scary thing. So when you go majority of life operating like this, when you finally discover and finally feel, it's a feeling thing, it's a feeling thing too, it's like an energy thing. So when you finally feel yourself and like embody this experience, like be in this experience, actually get to know who you are and be who you are, it does take time to do that. That's the transformation, that's the journey. So yeah, it's gonna take a minute for you to grieve the old you and probably most likely grieve the people that you had to leave in that era. That takes time and it requires separation, it requires isolation, and you should not feel bad about it. Absolutely not. Don't feel bad for taking the moment to take care of you, for taking the moment to understand you, for taking the moment to recalibrate and come back. Take as long as you could, as long as you want. And when you feel safe and you feel like you could come back out again and just breathe and be okay, then you do that. I promise you, those for you will be out there waiting for you. And if not, you will definitely naturally align with those on similar frequencies, on the same journey as you. I was living in severe anxiety, and it was all I knew at one point, especially this year. This year, before I got to where I am, I'm very centered right now, right? But before I got here, I was just like, I did not feel safe in my body, point blank. And I think I didn't feel safe because I was actually experiencing my body. It's like my spirit didn't feel comfortable in this shell, in this vessel. And that's when I knew, oh, I'm actually tired of living this way. I need to make a change. I need to change my mindset. I need to change the way I'm looking at things. I need to actually stop locking my spirit did not want to be locked in the cage anymore. It felt like my soul wanted to express itself. Finally. It was like, okay, you went through all this stuff now. Like, now what? Let's go. I wanna do it. I wanna scream. Like, best believe sometimes I'll be in here screaming out loud, like working on my throat chakras, but screaming out loud to like give my soul the chance to experience that. Because if I'm out there doing that, they're gonna call me sick. And not that I care, but you know, I'd rather do it at home. I feel safer to do it at home. And to me, it's like as long as I'm doing that, as long as I'm giving myself the opportunity to do that, to let myself be free. And this journey, now that I'm coming back out, I can honestly say isolation was worth it. Sometimes it was very, very painful. I had thoughts that I probably would never, I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell I thought. I didn't know I would be here so fast. To me, it happened really fast because it was just this year that I actually made the choice to set myself free. So through that process and me getting here, it happened really fast, and I didn't expect it to be what it is right now. Ask me if I feel an ounce of anxiety. Not anymore. I have my moments here and there when I get a little but I also realize that if I feel any kind of other energy than free, it's either I need to rest, I'm out of balance in some way, and I'm hungry or something. It's something that I could take care of. And that's the thing. Knowing that nobody got you the way you got you. Knowing that nobody got you the way you got you. Knowing that regardless of what happens, you'll be fine, because you know you stood with yourself long enough to understand yourself and grasp what is it that you need. You don't need to go to nobody else and ask them what is it that I need? What do you think I need? What do you think I want? What do you think is right for me? You'll need that. See, that separation, that isolation, it's time for you to face yourself and figure out the answers to these things. And you could trust that these answers are accurate, because it's you experiencing these results, and it's you experiencing and finding these answers yourself. You could trust yourself. That's another thing. Isolation allows you to trust yourself, and in return, it allows you to trust others. Because what? You trust yourself enough to know who is right and who is wrong for you. And you trust that you are always protected and safe. Why? Because your body will tell you, your intuition will tell you, and there's no need to deny it. Not after you had the opportunity to get to know yourself in such a deep way. I hope you guys enjoyed this informative video. I cannot wait to chat with you guys some more, give you guys some updates. I have some beautiful things coming up, and I'm so excited to share. Please follow me on IG, Shandy Love, or The Perfect Alignment. Perfect Alignment is where I express I just let it all out. The Perfect Alignment. That's my business page. I also have a spiritual advice and practice. So if you need any guidance to help you get back in alignment, I give birth chart readings. I do tarot card readings. I do a list of service tools to help you align and get back on track if you ever feel unleveled or anything. I'm your girl. I'm here for you. So hit me up, guys. Much love.